Alright, welcome back to more Alan Wake, and I know we're going to be jumping into episode 5, which means that there's going to be a whole bunch of summary stuff from chapter 4, I think. I don't remember if it's saved. And I was able to find my notes that I was talking about from last episode, 2 episodes ago. So I'll go ahead, I'll talk on those points as we kind of continue through. But yeah, I'll go ahead and let the trivia go.
Sums it up.
This is great. Throw open this can, Barry.
I am never drinking again.
That comb over, though.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The lady of the light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff. And let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Greg Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
What's going on?
Wait, what's wrong?
Lady, are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know this...
Huh. I haven't even that.
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Let me pick up these manuscript
We're sitting ducks with the lights out.
pages.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
And we really... Oh, cool. See, this is why you explore. You can find things like a flare. 2 flares. We will take those to the bank. Even though there is no bank here. You know what I mean. But let's go ahead as I'm just writing some... Not writing stuff down. What am I talking about? I'm a little frazzled. I have my timer set up, which I didn't start, but within future episodes, I have it set for like 30 minutes. So if you hear beeping, that's mainly for me. And who knows if I'll edit it out or not. Probably not, because I hate video editing. I should not.
What are your things? Wait, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light. Only in the light. And I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get you there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on, let's get back to your friend.
Look, we're loaded, so you know some shit's gonna be going down.
Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
What? No.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in 2 places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you got the lights on.
Here's a list
You're
of
fine.
people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here if the backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
Hang on, please. Think there's any way I can order one out?
It's cool that there's some references here, and there's some... Someone talking over here? Oh, we were able to hear a little bit of Barry, but not really. More just subtitles.
Oh, hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls. Can't reach the gate's control box from here. You need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll open the gate
got some stuff there. I remember when I was first playing, I wasn't paying attention to the minimap. And I was just like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, I thought the game was bugged out. No, it was just me being dumb, which, I mean, for everyone, that's no surprise. But, yeah, so I have my notes written down of, let's go through. And I know I was on a hardcore rant, so it's not going to be the same mojo just because.
Reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
Yep. So, shit, I didn't see that. So yeah, like a couple things that I want to go over was just kind of, and I know I touched upon this before, but in general, I know that I've had people talk to me about maybe as a game designer, my playthrough should be more based on game commentary about how things work, stuff like that. I think there's already channels that kind of do that, maybe not while actively playing, but just in general. And they are a bit smarter than I am. They've done their research versus me where I'm just trying to be like, oh yeah, I think this is how it works off the top of my head. But I'll still be talking about game dev stuff here and there about what I think they did and just kind of interesting choices like I've been doing. So really nothing's changing there. But I do have some people that want to do a podcast. And I plan on, I have a handful of friends that I think are going to be kind of like swapping in and out based on topics and stuff like that. But maybe we'll be in light. You can hurt them, of course. Where I'll probably get a majority of my ramblings out. So it's less about just me being kind of all over the place. I can be more focused either on the game or just on something else. And my thoughts aren't as scattered. So therefore you guys can go ahead and have an easier time kind of following through. But I was, let's see. Like, I remember talking about just kind of like how I hate how society is right now. And just kind of like think about like the major differences between like, kind of like the 60s, 80s. I know not a lot of us were, well, I don't know. Maybe some people are alive who are going to be watching this who are from there. But probably not. But what I'm trying to get at is things were very different back then. Like, you respected officers. You went ahead. You were like, atheism wasn't really a thing. You were constantly, helping thy neighbor and all that. Some things I think are good that went away, especially like being so strict with religion. I think it's fine for people to have different beliefs and just kind of figure out their way through it. But some other things, like I blame Woodstock for a lot of the issues of modern day society. I really do. I think letting a whole bunch of hippies get high and failing to follow through Nixon's war on drugs was a really bad decision, and I think we're seeing the results of that now with, all this like rap music and divorces and cheating and all this other stuff where we were so driven away from what's right to more hippy dippy ideals. Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to die there. Right, just things that hurts us way more.
Password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though.
Alright. Yeah, so I think that really is hurting society nowadays, and I think there is... Okay, I want to look around though. Yeah, I think it's definitely impacted things, and like kind of like celebrity worship. I've kind of talked about this before, and just kind of like general hypocrisy with like things like cancel culture, where my go-to is look at Michael Jackson. Okay,
What am I, an electrician? Hold on.
where he was definitely a pedophile, but there's a lot of people.
Good job, Wade. Okay, stick to
All
this.
right.
Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where MJ was a pedophile, but a lot of people don't want to crucify him because if it was anyone else, they would have canceled him because either he's, while he was alive, or they just have this idea of like when he died and the things that he went through that for some reason makes him immune. But if you put almost anyone else in the situation that he was in, just kind of like what he did, anyone else would have gotten canceled. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy there. I don't think MJ deserves that level of immunity. Like, you touched children and you had sex with them. There's no real, oh, he's innocent, whatever. Although I do think that's like a struggle people have, and I definitely think it's a bad sign that the LBG whatever is trying to incorporate like minor attraction. I think that's just showing how kind of disgusting that movement is. But let's see what else we got. And yeah, I think there's just one of those things where separating the artist from the art, and that's why a lot of people also protect MJ. Although I never really liked his music. I think it's pretty, I wouldn't even say mid, I'd say it's like low tier. Like, I would not actively ever listen to MJ. If anything, I would actually probably change it, even ignoring my personal feelings towards him. Like, professional versus personal. I would not really, even as a kid, I never really liked him. I didn't think he was that special. But again, I think there's a lot of things that we need to go ahead and work on. Oh, nice. See, I like the team combos that we got going on here. But yeah, and I think some people, I think I may have touched on this before, not in Alan Wake, definitely in something, about kind of listening versus debating. Of a lot of times when you're listening to someone talk about something, especially if you don't agree with them, you are not listening to them, you're hearing them in the sense of, well, listening versus hearing, I think is kind of just like, okay, words are being said versus, okay, I'm actively trying to digest what you're telling me, trying to, gain something out of it. And there's a lot of times, kind of like I was alluding to before, where when you're debating someone, you're just waiting for the moment to be wrong and then to jump on it versus kind of listening to what they're saying through and through. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I may have talked about this last episode, where you listen to them through, you take a few minutes, put the lime in the coconut twice. Oh, okay. And then from there, you kind of be like, okay, I listened to everything you had to say. I'm not trying to jump on you and tell you you're wrong. But then just like after that, kind of spend time being like, okay, what here is realistic? What here makes sense? What can I take versus, okay, what's like either objectively wrong or what you don't agree with? Like, I still think it's fine to kind of like think about that stuff, but so many people are so focused on that one moment that they end up just completely ignoring everything else, which is the issue. And you know what, we're just gonna, because I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, and I also kind of want to talk about how, for those who know, I mean, it's kind of obvious if you actually watch episodes. I'm just not doing it because, again, I'm not really wanting to spend too much time in stuff that people may not see as important. And, with all the games I want to play, I can't spend forever on one. But it was not Twin Peaks. It was like the X-Files and stuff like that. A whole bunch of shows I kind of want to get into. Like, I want to get into the X-Files. I want to get into Twin Peaks, which I heard has a lot of Alan Wake vibes to it. There was the Twilight Zone, which I've seen a few episodes of. I think it's decent. Well, the older version. I know there's like a newer version, and I haven't really watched that. And there's probably I've only seen like maybe 3 or 4 episodes of the Twilight Zone, but I enjoyed it. Although some of the acting is way too cheesy, like, what is his name from Star Trek? His name is... Why am I thinking Will? Will something, right? Okay, leave me alone. Why can't I not... Flare, come on. That's bullshit. I was hitting the button for the flare and it just didn't want to go. Thank you. I can't remember his name, but you probably know who I'm thinking of. If not, and I'll probably end up going back in the description of this video, writing down who I was trying to think of.
Wait, over here.
But he was not a good actor, but I don't think he's a good actor in general. Let's grab this.
Watch my back, Wade.
But I've been watching Superman the Animated Series, and while it's very obvious that they don't like Superman as much as Batman, just kind of based on what the creators of the shows have said, which I don't like Batman because there's way too much plot armor going on. But are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? And just listening to the Talkville podcast, where there's a lot of shows again I want to get into. So you know what? That's going to be the conversation for this episode of what kind of shows are you watching? What kind of shows do you like? You know, do you got any recommendations? Fuck. Okay, I'm going to have to focus a bit more. But, yeah, when it comes to just, again, what do you recommend? I remember watching other shows I liked are Lost, although minus the ending.
There's light.
Avatar The Last Airbender. Korra wasn't as good, and I have thoughts on that either going to come out on a podcast or on the other channel I'll eventually work on. Yeah, I said I like Smallville. I like the Justice League animated shows. What else? I like The Witcher. I watched up to season 2, I believe. I really just don't want to deal with you right now. Sarah, why are you not helping me? See, there we go. I just need to focus a little bit, like I said. I'm not dealing with that right now. Leave me alone. Oh, he went flying. You guys see that? I think we need to focus. What we're going to do is we're actually going to try to back him up a little bit. There we go, covering fire. See, teamwork makes the dream work. But yeah, and I have a handful of movies I need to watch, which I'll be probably talking about later. But right now, some of the things I'm going through are all the Godzilla movies, all the Nicolas Cage movies, and people are going to be like, oh, why are you going through Nicolas Cage? Like, oh, you must like the memes. I genuinely think that Nicolas Cage is a good actor. I think just later in his career, he got some shit roles after, you know, not being the financially smartest person around. But overall, I still think he's a good actor, especially in his younger years. And I've heard his newer movies are good, too.
You should be able to jury rig it while I find the keys.
I already got electrocuted once today. How about I look for the keys and you get rid of them?
Fine.
Wow.
First on this, on the other side of the building.
Alan is not a gentleman. Also, just because I have lost track of timing with all this dying going on. But there was something else I was going to talk about, and I'm drawing a blank now. It had to relate to... I was talking about movies. I can't remember.
The message was for Barry. He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to know.
Okay. Barry, there's nothing we can do. I forgot to go upstairs. Because I think I can go upstairs, right? Yeah, I can go upstairs.
The keys aren't upstairs, Wake.
Okay, well, I want to explore. Yeah. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Breaker. And the radio, that's not working. Yeah, so as you can tell, my mind is a little scrambled just from constantly dying. And difficulty ramping up. Oh, you kind of like T-pose your way into here, sir. But I'm not going to deal with it. Is there someone else in here? No. Cool. The music was making me think so. It just didn't cut out right away. And we got a flare gun. Thank goodness for that. That's going to be very helpful later. The darkness controls the taken. Yes, we already know that. It's weird that they write the simple things down, like even this far in. Just because it's like, okay, if we're going like in-game lore, most people aren't going to see it because who's going to be in a dark building flashing lights at the walls? Like right there. And then in-game, it's like, we've already known this. We've been dealing with this issue already. So why would... Oh, God. No. No, I'm not doing that right now. And I know he's going to like bull charge very soon, so we're going to try and juggle it. There we go. Alright, Sheriff, sorry I had to kill you, but you were not giving me much of a fighting chance otherwise. You know what? Yeah, we're going to take the hunting rifle. Yeah, we got some decent ammo for the hunting rifle. Let's go. I know we haven't been using it that much, just because last time the game wanted to bug out. And actually after that, I ended up playing some other games. One being Rotwood, and the other one being Risk of Rain 2. Both games I don't know if I'm going to tackle on the channel, just because of the fact that, you know, Risk of Rain 2, not very single player, and that's one where I can keep running through. And then as for Rotwood, maybe once it's like finished, because right now it's still in early access. But yeah, my controller wasn't detecting that stuff either.
Why isn't he inside?
Oh god. Oh god.
Barry, look out! Barry, move!
He's dead.
He made it inside, Wake. He's okay. Come on, Wake. Let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
Alright. We're going to have some faith. We're going to have some trust. And this is something, definitely. It was not recorded when Bright Falls was first founded as a nameless trading post, but became a town when the Bright Falls mining company started to operate in 1878, which we've learned about already. It was then that Hubert Biltmore, a fur trapper, and Amos Gunderson, a pioneer from Tacoma, I'm an idiot, decided to build a post office, saloon, and hotel, all operating from the same building. It was through the efforts of these two men that Bright Falls became the permanent and thriving town it is today. Although, right now, can we really say thriving? I don't think so. Because, you know, we're dying. Trust no one in the dark. Well, we can trust Sarah for now, because of the fact that we've been watching her almost the entire time. Yeah, we're just gonna try and get multiples. Okay, and then we're gonna switch back to our handgun. I'm just glad that she's being helpful, because in most games... Ah, shit. Also, where was that other guy that was throwing shit? Where'd you go? There was definitely someone throwing shit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and this section is nice. You don't really need to waste ammo, although we already have a crap ton, so it doesn't hurt too much. But, again, I keep losing my train of thought. Probably just need to like go ahead and keep writing notes and not spend so long between sessions. But
We can make it through the bookstore.
couldn't really
Waiting
control.
for us in the backyard.
I am. Yeah.
It's me. The sooner I get out of here, the sooner we can all get back to life as usual.
I know you're right. Come on, let me get this door open.
Wait, you got the keys to the bookstore?
Perks of being the sheriff. A girl needs to get around.
Well, you know what? In a small town, that makes sense. Alex Casey books by all in stock, 20 in book, 100 for those. Also, what an asshole. Like, he was specifically saying earlier in the game, like, yeah, don't tell people I'm here, I want it low key. And they're like, oh yeah, he's in town, go bother him for autographs. Like, this dude has punched the paparazzi before. You think that's gonna go well? Did Sarah go upstairs? I can't remember. She did not, but we're going to and see what we got going on. If anything interesting or of note is here, and it does not seem like it. But hey, at least it's not a Taken trying to kill us. Jump. And look, see, since we're already in the light, it doesn't really do anything to us.
I don't see Barry.
Oh, there's Barry.
Maybe that's him. That's the way to chop him.
How does he know? See, it's a little too convenient, you know? And we can't go through this way. We're going to quickly go ahead. See? Exploration. Basic principles of it. But we got another flare gun. Oh, we got a lot more ammo for that, so that's great. And before we actually push on too much further, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here, just so I can go ahead and have a full, clean episode. So, thank you guys for letting me ramble. I'm going to try not to tackle super heavy topics like this without at least having more research and more of like a stable, thorough thought process on it, because I've been kind of all over the place. But if you continue to like this stuff, continue watching. And like I said, let's bring that conversation about favorite shows through in the comments. Thanks.